I'm in the desert. I am in the middle of nowhere. I'm pretty sure I'm stood in the middle of a dry lake bed. I think this is Lake Mungo. I just pulled over to let a whole bunch of cars go past. If I spin you around, so basically, my little finger there, like pretty much starting over there and running all the way along is this, they're called the lunettes. It runs all the way along. I can just kind of see it start to dip off there, and it's like a big sand dune, but it's kind of crescent shaped, and it runs along the eastern edge of the lake bed. We're going to go up there and have a bit of a look around, but there is nothing out here. Man alive. Alright, this is proving to be way more challenging than what I thought it would. And I don't know what's going on. I'm having a rest and another coffee. So what's going on is I had this whole trip planned out in my head. None of it is going to plan as it never does. I'm kind of like having a mini freak out internally because there's a part of me that's trying to make a really interesting like travel vlog, and it's not that easy. And when things don't go to plan, kind of throws a massive spanner in the works, especially when you're a bit of a perfectionist like I am. Like if things aren't perfect how I had them planned in my head, then I find that my brain just tells me to quit. So instead of making a travel video, I've just been like, oh fuck it, I'll just pack up and just fucking go and do something else. So I'm just gonna have a coffee and a really nice snack. Kate, if you're watching this little bowl of snacks that you gave me the other night is absolutely delicious. Homemade bliss balls. That's where it's at. So I'm not allowed off this boardwalk onto that area over there. I don't know if you can see the people. There's a bunch of people over there in the middle that are doing a guided tour, and you're not allowed onto this landscape, off the boardwalk onto the landscape, unless you're with an approved guide. For obvious reasons, people have been taking artifacts and causing irreversible erosion. And apparently, according to the sign, like around about up here is an ancient shoreline. They reckon they've done scientific studies on the sediments in this area, and trying to keep out the wind, and worked out that where I'm standing 60,000 years ago, I would have been 8 meters underwater. Wow. And just like that, I am leaving Mungo National Park. I feel really disappointed and kind of annoyed at Parks New South Wales for the lack of information on their website. So you're not allowed to fly drones because it's a national park. You can't get anywhere near the lunettes unless you pay money. The circuit drive is closed, so there's nothing to do. So anyway, I don't want to sound like a whingy bastard. I definitely, it was nice to see what I saw, and I'll probably find another adventure for the rest of the weekend. So many corrugations, man, this road's terrible. Well, we bailed on Mungo, went for a bit of a drive, got some more fuel, sat in the car park at the fuel station, tried to figure out where to go next. Yeah, I had a campground plugged into the GPS, and it was about an hour's drive away, and then I saw this place coming up the map, and I've just pulled off just to check it out, and it's actually awesome. Look at this. So this is a little riverside camp, and this is absolutely perfect. Like, it's free. Right on the river. I'm going to go up there, I think. There's a little spot to have a fire. But yeah, it's pretty cool. There's heaps of bird life. I think there's some, I don't know if you can see that, but I can't see it on my screen, but I can see it with my eye. There's a few wedge-tails flying around, and then there's a kookaburra up there. And then there's like heaps of pelicans over there just chilling out in the sun. So yeah, it's really cool. It's a really good spot. I don't know, took a gamble. Could have been shit, but yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I was going to put it between the trees, but I don't know, man. Might be better there. %, just in case you were wondering. Oh, it's going to be a ripper fire. Got a whole bag of wood to go through. Getting there? Oh, it's going to be a good feed. It's supposed to be magnetic. You're not magnetic, are you? All packed up. First job, gotta find somebody to get a coffee. I brought coffee with me, but the one that I made yesterday, man, I think it did something weird to my to my stress levels. I don't know, I was in the weirdest mood yesterday. So I'm gonna find somewhere to get a bought coffee, and then we're heading to a place called Sea Lake. All right, we're good. Most important meal of the day. Oh, $7.11 for this bad boy. I'm not going to have a whinge about it because it tastes pretty good, and I'm grateful that there was somewhere open in the middle of nowhere. Stopped in Sea Lake, had a coffee and a muffin, and now I've come back to a place that I haven't been to for maybe 10 years now. Lake Tyrrell. Lake Tyrrell is a massive, well, it used to be mostly evaporated, but now it's got water in it. It's a big natural salt deposit, a salt lake or something like that, and they were harvesting the salt out of it back in 1890 when some dude took out a commercial lease on the place, and you can buy the salt in shops and stuff like that. I've put like I don't know, there's other people here, like this boardwalk, like a sky lounge. And like the road that comes up to this little car park never used to be here. It used to be able to just be like a muddy foreshore that you could park at and then walk out onto. Now they've got boardwalks and everything. But yeah, look at the water surface is pure glass. It couldn't get any bloody more glassy. So yeah, super cool. Anyway, I had a quick wander around, and I've seen a couple of things that I want to take photos of. So I've got my tripod, camera. I'm going to take a couple of photos. I don't know if the pink is coming up on camera, but such glass. It's incredible. So we're going to get back on the road now. We're going to head down towards the Grampians. Going to go to my favourite free cramp by a lake just outside of Halls Gap. Such bloody perfect weather today. Really nice travel weather. Let's go to the Grampians. Might stop along the way and check out some silo art. One of the places that I've been before, at a little rural town called Sheep Hills. One of my favourite street artists, Adnate. Oh, fuck. Seriously. Scared the shit out of me. Lol. Yes? Tell me something interesting. Nope. Alright. Oh, fucking bastard. This is the longest, straightest road I've been on in ages. How cool. I'm gonna get back on the road again because this place is a little bit too quiet for me. I don't know, my imagination's doing weird things to me. And this is what a grain silo looks like that hasn't been painted. Boring as batshit. Trying to find somewhere in these little hillbilly towns to sell me a can of Black Death. We found an IGA. So, everyone's got vices, and because I'm not drinking and because I'm not working properly just yet, you know, my vices are Black Death, Coke Classic, and a packet of chicken chips. Oh, cool. These silos are actually for sale. I wonder how much these ones are. I could live there. I've just pulled up to Lake Lonsdale, which is in the Grampians, and this is a free camp that I've stayed at loads of times before. Yeah, I just pulled in just to have a quick look, see how many people were here, if I was going to get a decent spot or not. And it's completely empty. Have a look. So the entrance is off to the right, and then there's like a boat ramp down there. Can't really see. And then And there's like a toilet block here, which is cool, just drop toilets. And then the campground's basically all over there. It goes for about 300 meters and there's heaps of spots. So we're just gonna have a drive down and have a bit of a look around and pick the best spot, because I thought there'd be at least a caravan here, because there's caravanners everywhere. Right. Fire pits. Man. So cool. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Firewood in that fire pit that I can snaffle. People's rubbish in that one. Oh, epic, 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 epic. There's one particular spot that I've been to in the past quite a few times with Kate and with Harvey. Oh, rabbits. Oh, okay, well, it's definitely not down here then, because that's fenced off. Okay, this is the other entrance. All right, okay, well, we've got our spot locked in then. No firewood there. Sick! This is so good. So good. Mate, I can't believe it's empty. All right, let's do it. Yeah, this is the one. Fire pit, and then there's a footpath just there that goes down to the lake's edge. Far enough away from the toilet block to not smell. And oh, epic. I think the main reason nobody else is here is because it's a Sunday. And that's kind of what I was banking on as well. Like, yesterday was really busy everywhere, and this is like, I prefer going camping during the week. Camping on the weekend, especially at free camps. It's just way too many people. And free camps that are accessible by two-wheel drive, you always get the worst kind of people turning up. Not everybody, it'll just be one group, but yeah, just prefer going during the week. So this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Talking like an old person, aren't I? The whole beach to myself. That whole jetty to myself. Those are the Grampians in the distance, that mountain range. Man, so cool. So cool. Got here just at the right time of day too. It's an hour until sun starts setting. And between now and then is when all the birds are really active. It's like the first hour of the morning when the birds wake up and start going crazy. Like this morning was awesome. There's so many birds out. As I was driving down here, I saw a wedge-tailed eagle fly over me and land in a tree. So I pulled the car over and fiddled around trying to get my camera and my long lens out and ready. And by the time I'd got out, he'd seen me and buggered off and got him perched in another branch. So I chased him. I didn't chase him. I like walked up the road towards him, and just as I got him lined up and went to hit the shutter button, he bloody took off. So I've got this blurred picture of a wedge-tailed eagle, which is pretty funny. I thought I'd just come and have a sneaky peek at some of the other fire pits to see if anybody's left any firewood here, because on the way in I saw a firewood bag in one of the fire pits. So have a guess what's in this firewood bag. It's not firewood. It's full of someone's fucking rubbish. It's full of fucking rubbish. And look, like bottle caps, plastic spoon, shot glass, all sorts of rubbish there. There's toilet paper up the back. plastic bottle, fucking condom, dudes. It's a food wrapper. It's like there's a toilet block up there, which has got bins. I don't think that bag of rubbish would fit in those bins, but come on, man, come on. It's just bullshit, because somebody else has to pick that rubbish up. Like, you don't leave that rubbish in there thinking that it's magically just going to disappear, right? No one's going to be able to burn that. The only way that rubbish is going to disappear out of that fire pit is for someone else to take it, and that someone else is probably going to be me. Fucked if I'm picking up your condom though. It's minging, bro. That is minging. When I leave tomorrow, I'll take that bag of rubbish with me and pack up all the other bits of plastic and shit. Because it's not like, and this is what I was saying, you know, like the free camps that are accessible by two-wheel drive, you always get fucking grot bags come in here and just make a mess. And this is one of the nicest campgrounds I've ever stayed at. Like, it's really well looked after, well maintained. They've got a toilet block there, which is always clean and tidy. It's just a beautiful spot. Why would you leave your rubbish lying there, man, for someone else to take? I'm having another 0% beer. I'm going to set my stuff up, and then we're going to go for a walk down to that jetty and have a look, see what's going on. Bird life. Can't see anything. I swear, like, the older I get, the more I'm turning into my dad, eh? Do you find that? Like, as you're getting older, the more you're realising that you're turning into your parents. It's terrifying. It's currently 14 degrees. There's rabbits here, or hares, just for a massive one running off the beach. And they definitely know I'm here. You don't have to leave, I'm not going to eat you, I just want to take photos of you. Pokey stick. Every man understands that you've got to have a pokey stick. I don't actually need all of this other firewood because I've got these magical fire logs, and they're like recycled condensed bits of wood, and one of them's supposed to burn for an hour, but I don't really believe that. I reckon probably use 2 in a night. Like, I used the first one, they're like kindling. So you don't need kindling and you don't need fire starters. You just use one of these, you light each end, whack it in there, Bob's your uncle, and that's your fire starter. Light that side, light that side. Yep. I think that's me done. I think I'm gonna pack up filming for a little bit. I might actually do a little time lapse, just to see if we get any colour in the sky. But yeah, unless anything happens, I think I'm gonna stop filming for tonight, because it's just the same thing I did the last 2 nights in a row. Just sit around a fire, maybe cooking some food. I don't know. I kind of just want to not have the camera running and not have to think about it. We've come to a lookout in a little town called Ararat, which is, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from Hall's Gap, which is the main town in the Grampians. I'm pretty much just heading to Ballarat and then back home again. It's like a 3-hour drive. Gonna stop in Ballarat for some lunch, about halfway. But just stopped in Ararat for another coffee, and then I sort of signed for a lookout, so we've come up to this lookout, and the views up here are ridiculous. It's way too windy to film, that's why I'm sitting in the car. How incredible is this view? That is a big chunk of the Grampians mountain range right there in one go. Amazing. Look at that one little cloud there right at the top.